with like the hip hop culture, it brings people together. You know what I mean? You get into a room and fuck, man, you put everyone in the same room as Russ, and when he's fucking performing, everyone's together, everyone's friendly, everyone's vibing, everybody's jumping, and it's of their time. So it's just like he's like the white fucking Tupac of wherever the fuck he's from. You know what I mean? So you get that, and what you get is unity. Everyone comes together. Everyone comes together. Everyone's vibing. People stop being so fucking upset for a minute, and they stop hating the world a little bit less. You know what I mean? Because they start seeing that people around them are smiling. You smile around people that are negative all the time, they start smiling. You know what I mean? So yeah, it just brings everyone together. And when it comes to hip hop, man, it's mostly about unity. Out of the entire hip hop culture, without change, is all the bullshit that's going down, half-ass, insignificant writing, buying ghostwriters, sipping fucking lean and marketing pharmaceutical drugs that's fucking up the streets and fucking up the young kids that are supposed to be the next superstars. You know what I mean? You have a voice and you're empowered with a voice and you're speaking to the people, enlighten them, brighten their minds, show them different perspectives on life so they ain't judgmental. You know what I mean? Dress appropriate. So these motherfuckers is dressing appropriate. All these bitches are dressed up half naked and twerking. All the bitches want to dress up half naked and twerk. Yo, ain't nobody trying to put a ring on a finger that could shake an ass. Ain't nobody caring about how you shaking your ass. How the fuck you raising your babies? Last I checked, we're promoting how the fuck they sipping their lean in the morning. So yeah, that's what I want to change. Fuck the Xanax shit. Fuck the lean shit. Fuck the pill shit. Fuck all that bullshit. Yeah, stay with the weed. Weed ain't hurt nobody. Oh, my First Nations culture is seeing my people have strength again. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's super oppressed there. You know what I mean? But when the culture comes into play and the music starts playing and there's people dancing in beautiful regalia and you're in the ceremonies, you feel intact. You know what I mean? Even though we might not have much, that feels like we got everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big thing. Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of people want to talk about this. It actually, what it does is it helped me feel more comfortable with the name Mac 10. You know what I mean? Because as a First Nations individual, you know, I'm not with what the government does. I'm not with the oil, and I'm not with any of that stuff. I'm with green energy. You know what I mean? I'm not with poaching. You know, I'm not with any of that stuff. So when it comes to Native culture and its influence on hip hop, to me, I feel like it puts me at a way more humble state. You know what I mean? Because like I said, where I'm from, there ain't no opportunity. So when I'm looking at where we are now as a team, and I look at like the Obi Trice show coming up, or when we were hanging out with Tupac's Outlaws and Noble was hanging off me, you know what I mean? I feel like those are all blessed moments, you know what I mean? And that's not just because we work hard. That's because it's God given, and we do the work behind it to back it. So you know what I mean? Like I'm graceful, you know what I mean? I'm humble. What I hope to contribute to the culture is real music, um, true talent, um, independence, Canadian independence as artists. I hope to contribute love and money to my people. I hope I try to contribute as much as I possibly can to the people, you know what I mean? Because you're only here for so long. And if you ain't contributing to the right things, that means you're contributing to the wrong thing, you know what I mean? So I want to contribute to all the people that ain't got as much. I want to contribute to all the people that need help with this. I want to do fundings and fundraisers. I do fundraiser shows too at Adam Stock. That was with Tupac's Outlaws. That was for a fundraiser for like my cousin who passed away, you know what I mean? But that's put towards, kids with cancer and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to contribute towards the right thing, and I'm trying to make a right impression. Because I got a son, you know what I mean? And if my son, all he hears is dad talking about this and dad talking about that, all he's going to want to say to his friends is his dad's a rapper, and then his friends hear what I rap about. Now I've influenced his friends. So I'm paying attention to what I contribute to society, you know what I mean? Because society is already fucked up, and it's about time someone changes the tides of that. My first show I personally ever did, yo man, yo straight up, this is dope. The first show I ever did, I was 13 years old. My one homie, shout out Ethan Shalafu, he was like, dude, go up on that stage. There was a local show going on, right? And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, nah, man, nah, I ain't going there. Quit gassing me, quit gassing me. Because I was always freestyling. I was shredding shit, you know what I mean? I was a little kid, I was shredding bars. And he's like, go up there. He's like, man, I'll pay you. Just go up there. I'm like, how much you paying me? You know what I mean? And he's like, I got $5. And we were just kids, right? So I'm like, I'll take it. So I go up there and I ask the guy was DJing. Shout out Creechild. He was DJing that night. And yeah, man, I went up there. I was like, yo, I'll give you $5 right now to let me up there with them. So all of a sudden they turned it into like a freestyle competition at their own show. So homie goes to shred something. And then after that, I go and I shred something, and the whole fucking crowd was tripping, dude. They were straight up tripping, man. Like, I was 13 years old. I wasn't even supposed to be at that fucking show. That was 18 and over, dog. And I snuck in those doors. I remember that shit. And yo, I went and shredded that freestyle, and it wasn't even my show, but that shit turned into my show when that happened. So that really like influenced me to keep moving. You know what I mean? Our next show is December 18th. It's Obi Trice at Anthem, the old Knoxville's in Edmonton. And after that, the day after, we're actually heading out to Calgary for the Obi Trice show December 19th. So it's going to be back to back from Act 10. We traveling city to city, and we're selling our merch, you know what I mean? We're going to be pumping our music. We're going to be meeting fans. We're going to be sitting with Obi. We're going to be chilling. We're going to be popping bottles. So it's going to be sick time, man. What keeps me motivated is, I hit a brick wall sometimes, a writer's block they call it, and I feel like it's a brick wall because there's no block. You can't be blocked out if you're a real artist. I call it a brick wall because you hit this wall, you be going and you hit this wall and you're like, I don't know how to say this, or I don't know how to emphasize this to make it work better, or I don't know how to bend this word to make it bend with these words. You know what I mean? And people run into that all the time, man. And it just seems like they're like, oh, I got a writer's block, and it's like, no, bro. What motivates me is when I hit that wall, there's a way around it. It's a wall. A wall is only limitized by the ceiling, dog. And right now we're heading up for the sky. So right now you can hit a wall. Guess what? Go around the building. You can't go around that building. Go under the building. You up against the wall. Go over the wall. You know what I mean? So I find a way to make things work. And every day I tend to somehow impress myself. You know what I mean? Like not gassing myself, but I figure out a way to make things work. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't work, I'll start from scratch and I'll make it work. There's always a way and room for improvement. So every day I see myself improving in little areas, becoming more and more well-rounded as an artist or even in my producing, and that's what motivates me, keeps me moving, man. I fucking hate the state of hip hop, man. You look at back in the day, there's young cats coming off the fucking streets, well educated in the mind. Big L shred that shit. Nas shed light to the entire American people. You know what I mean? Boozy fucking badass. You know what I mean? Even Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates is one of the most woke artists of this century. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking truths. He doesn't give a fuck if it's dirty, rugged, or ugly. He makes you look at it. You know what I mean? So I want that. That's what I would change. You know what I mean? Top three. Um, right now I'm hooked up on that Best Believe shit. I'm fucking with Best Believe. Kevin Gates stays woke, so I'm fucking with Gates. A lot of people are. And for my third person that I'm probably listening to most is Young fucking Buck. 10 Felonies. That album is dope. Mac 10. Mac 10 is a brotherhood, man. You know what I mean? There isn't 1 minute in Mac 10 where someone has a better opinion than anybody else. There isn't a minute in Mac 10 where, you know what I mean, we disagree. You know what I mean? As a fucking group and as a unit, as a family, yo, anyone in Mac 10, those are my fucking family. You know what I mean? Mac, you ain't got nothing, come link with me. You know what I mean? If you hungry and you ain't, just link with me. Mac 10 is a never ending. It's a Mac 10's a never ending push for better shit for the whole group. It's Mac 10's music against corruption. 10 is for 10 out of fucking 10. We're against all the bullshit. We're with each other and we gonna ride it out. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if there's no support now, because fucking 5 years from now we gonna have support and we're gonna see who's supporting who. You know what I mean? And as far as I'm concerned, I support everybody. You know what I mean? If there's someone I don't like, fuck you. You know what I mean? But if there's someone I do like, it's all love, peace, and banner grease, man. I'm keeping it cool with people. And a lot of people don't like the fact that I try to stay humble. People try to get under my skin. And I'm like, fuck, whatever. I don't care. You got a problem that sounds like a you fucking problem. Goals for the team. The goals for the team, I've been branching out heavy. I've been branching out, I've been networking. In the past week, I've talked with Young Buck. I've talked to Bizarre, the D12. I talked to Eyes on Eyes that produced the Out Queens record by Prodigy. That's his last actual record. So I'm talking to some good guys right now. I'm just trying to make things work. You know what I mean? I'm hoping in 2019 we ain't shooting for a massive fucking hit instantly. Right now we want to branch out, get our foundation, get our feet in the sand, plant ourselves as a unit, get our marketing right, getting our logos, our merch right, and then we and at the same time as all that, we're always focused on the music. Like I said, we're working on well-roundedness and working on forms and the way that you address your stanzas, you're emphasizing and everything. We're working on everything. So, yeah, man, that's that. Yeah. So, when I go in, my process, when I go into the studio or a mobile studio or whatever the setup is, um, my process usually is we go in to picking beats, or if someone already has written bars, then we try and find a beat that fits that structure. You know what I'm saying? But when I go in personally, if I'm starting a brand new project, I'll obviously pick a beat, which doesn't take much time for me because I have a wide variety of styles and whatnot. So when I hear beats, anything that, like I said, has got a kick and a clap, and I know it's gonna be hopping, that's usually I jump on it. You know what I mean? And then from there on out, I decide what am I getting at? What am I putting across the table? What am I offering to the listeners? You know what I mean? For ear consumption reasons. You know what I mean? For you listening and consumer reasons. You know what I mean? I think about what I'm putting across the table. I think about what I'm saying, and anything that I'm saying or I'm talking about is either anything I'm saying or talking about is either I've rolled with someone who's done it, or I'm speaking on behalf of, just things that I've seen in my life. I paint a picture based off what I've seen, you know what I mean? And then I put that out there for people to look at, whether it's raw, rugged, or ugly, you gotta look at it because that's what real life is, you know what I mean? So my recording process is go in, bing bang, pick the beat, find out my style, how I want to do this, what I'm putting across, then I start writing my lyrics, and then by that time, either I've written a verse and I've only written verses, then I go into the hooks after. You know what I'm saying? Then I do backups and ad-libs and all that afterwards. But normally, lately, it's been when I pick a beat. Lately, these beats I've been finding getting sent. Yo, shout out to Stony, motherfucking beat murderer, dog. Stony's killing shit. Yeah, he sent me this beat and it was 5 seconds, dog, and I didn't even go in to start writing. You know what I mean? I didn't even get into writing mode. I That beat started playing and I was like, bang! I just hit record, dog, and I started Little Wayne the fuck out that shit, man. It was dope. Yeah, so my process is it varies. Fuck, man. On the low, man, I got about 40 solos, 40 mixed solos and some features, songs that are unreleased. Some of them I don't even know if I want to release them. You know what I mean? Just because of the shit I say on some of the songs. Um, might end up having legal problems and shit. Um, you know, because there's someone's always listening. You know what I mean? You gotta be careful for that. But I got a lot of records that are unreleased that I'm gonna be releasing for sure. Probably one third of them by the end of this year. You know what I mean? Yo, I got a song called "Oh You Something." That's a solo. That song's creeping up on y'all motherfuckers. I got "Feels Like." That one's crazy. Um, and then my other one, the one I'm gonna release is "Hold It Down." That songs I'll get. Those are the three I'll give you for now. Those songs are fucking stupid. All self vocal produced, all written by me. Ain't no fucking ghostwriters. You know what I mean? I wrote all that. I mixed and did some of the mastering as far as I could on my program. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't sitting on a fuck ton of stacks. I quit selling dope. You know what I mean? Just to stay on that father lane. You know what I mean? Cause I got a kid, so I ain't trying to fucking get 50 racks up if it's gonna put me in for 10. You know what I mean? Cause I'm out here trying to raise a dad and trying to raise this group up. So we out here shaping up and shipping out straight up. With society, if I could change anything within society that I figure is wrong, is I would change the government. The government, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing game. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers smile in front of the cameras, but they're closing doors for other people that are trying to come up just so they can keep coming up when their reign's already over. You know what I mean? So I would change the government. I would change who runs the Universal Records labels because they don't want independent artists. You know what I mean? You see a hard ass independent artist trying to come out and they just not making it for some weird reason, like King Lil G. King Lil G's dope as fuck. He should have been signed by Dre a long time ago. But it's it's a lot about what the industry says. You know what I mean? Once you sign on that dotted line, it's no longer what the unless you have creative rights. You know what I mean? If you don't have your creative rights, but you sign a record deal, pay attention to this shit. If you don't have creative rights on that record deal and you sign it, now you're making what the fuck they want you to make. If you got a good voice and you got bars, you're writing about what the fuck they want you to write about. And if it's not dope enough, guess what? You isn't on the radio. Guess what? You isn't getting spins anywhere. You know what I mean? They won't promote you. They won't try and put you on. They won't try and build you up. They won't try and give you a fan base. They'll take away from your fan base. And when you have shows, they'll try and set up another show that's right before yours to fuck up your income. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, if I was to change anything, it'd be the government, how the record industries run, and I would try and change how the fuck clothing's trending. People are dressing up like fucking bitches. Straight up. I've been thinking we're gonna drop the album name that we've been working on and we've kind of all come cohesively to an agreement as a group is Money Moves. Because right now, you know, a year ago, you know, I was battle rapping cats. I was doing this and that, nothing big, right? But within the last year, as a group, how far we've personally came as a group, I haven't really seen that progression in any group that I personally know of. You know what I mean? Deco's got this grimy Toronto slash Van City vibe. Seb's on that he's from New Brunswick, so he says things a bit different. He moves a bit differently. I'm from up here, you know. I'm from 4.5 hours, 5 hours far from Edmonton. You know what I mean? So I'm straight from the back. I'm you know original. Like I'm born and raised here. So we got that. We got the East Coast vibe. We got Deco holding down. You know what I mean with the way he talks, and then you got me. You know what I mean? And I'm like the bridge in between both every style. You know what I mean? Seb's fast. Deco raps a bit slower, but he's got punchlines like a motherfucker, man. Punch bars, shit. No, but he's hashtag that punch bars, yo. But he's got punchlines up the ass. That's crazy. And then you got me. You know what I mean? And I could you know Seb rides on more of those melodic songs, and mine's a lot of raw reality shit, and I could rap fast, slow, whatever, because you got to work on all parts of it to be a well-rounded artist. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the group, personally, I feel like this group's a lot different. We move a lot different. We dress a lot different, and what we address in our music is a lot different than what a lot of people are addressing. There might be some things you can relate with because a lot of people go through the same daily struggles. You know what I mean? But not everything everyone's saying is the same as what we're saying, and the way we put it across is definitely different than how people put theirs across. So, yeah. So on December 18th, we got the Obi Trice show. It's at Anthem, the old Knoxville is right here in Edmonton. We're gonna be sitting in your motherfucking backyard, turning that bitch up, popping fucking bottles. Shit's gonna be a fucking zoo. It's crazy. We're gonna burn that motherfucker down. Truth be told. Then the next night, right after that, we traveling to Calgary. That's right, with motherfucking DJ Coaster and G Baki. Mac 10's moving out over to Calgary, and we gonna hold it the fuck down there too. And we gonna represent. We gonna keep it real for y'all. Yo, man, yeah. Shout out to my motherfucking homie that showed me hip hop, Skylar fucking Careful. You know what I mean? You changed my way. You made my path a little bit easier to come up on. You know what I mean? Thinking back from then to now, I wouldn't be like this without you, homie. So shout out to him. Shout out to my motherfucking dogs that all took me in. Shout out to Cameron Toner. Shout out to Devin Saville. Shout out to Colin Giroux. Shout out to Morgan Belrose. Shout out to homie Squirts. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tiny. Shout out to every motherfucker. Anthony Perry. Red was cracking. Shout out to B. Shout out to everybody, man. Motherfucking it's one nation. You know what I mean? Shout out to my fucking people. We up. Smack 10. I'm out.